Hello, this is Travis Butterfield, and I am the website technician for the College of Public Service and Community Solutions, and I will be walking you through how to edit the NSF Workshop section of the School of Public Affairs website. So the first thing that we need to do is log in. You're going to log in using the sign in link here, which will take you through your ASU Right login procedures, which you're familiar with. I'm going to log in a different way so that I can show you how to edit this website with the same permission set that you guys are going to have. So I'm logging in not as myself. So just one second. So now I'm logged in, and you'll see that we've got our sign out link here where you can sign out. There's also a log out here, but I would recommend using sign out because you're going to be logging in with ASU Right, and if you don't sign out with ASU Right, if you just click log out, you'll stay logged into you'll stay signed in to ASU Right, which could cause problems for you later. So we're going to go to the NSF section of the website, the NSF Workshop, and it's just NSF-Workshop. So this is the home page of the NSF Workshop subsite. You'll notice we've got a different header now. It has School of Public Affairs and W.P. Carey School of Business. We've got a different top-level navigation menu, and the footer, although you probably didn't notice, the footer is different. We only have the ASU as #1 in U.S. for innovation without what's called the mega footer, because that's tied very closely to the School of Public Affairs, and since this is a joint effort, we're leaving that off. You'll notice when you're logged in that a new thing comes up at the top and the bottom of your screen, the Customize This Page button and the top navigation, the top administrative menu, I should say. And you'll notice that the administrative menu has a way to add content, and you can also go into your My Workbench to see content that you've already added. This will show not only your edits and your profile, but all recent content that has been added to the site. And you'll notice that only the items that you have permission to edit have an edit link so that you won't change anything else on the site. You can create content from here or from up in the menu, the admin menu, either way. So let's go back to the page that we were on, and if you want to edit this page, usually you're going to use the edit button here. And you'll notice when we try and edit this one, we have an error message that says this field has been disabled because you do not have sufficient permissions to edit it. I will change that so that you will be able to edit this page, but currently it's showing that, and I will fix that. But if we go to program, for instance, this is a page that I have been messing around with to add different things, and I'll show you how some of that works. So let's just get rid of this, and well, actually, so this is something that I did, but I'll show you how to do it on another page. So we're going to go to conference registration, and we're going to hit edit here, and you'll notice that this is the page title, which is going to be a header 1 type of element on the page, and the section is NSF Workshop. That will always be your section. And then we've got the body, and we can change the editor. Right now it's in plain text, but if we want more editing options, I would recommend using the WYSIWYG editor. which has some of the things you're familiar with when writing emails, etc. There's extra buttons if you click this toggle. And so when we're editing, let's say we want to add a subtitle. As I mentioned, the title uses a heading 1, so we shouldn't use a heading 1 anywhere else on the page, but we can do a subtitle. So this is another subtitle, and we'll select this text and we'll go into format and we'll use set heading 2. And then if you want to have another like sub item within this section, let's say we want to have a header 3. Oops. This is header 3. We can do the same thing, and you'll see that that breaks up the text so that it's easy for people to read. Similar to when you're doing emails, you can create a hyperlink by selecting text and then using the link to content button. If the content already exists on this site, you can search for it if you know the name of it. So let's say we want to search for NSF and just see what comes up. So we've got a few NSF items, and then some things that don't relate. There's 2 of them that look the same, and sometimes that happens. So you'll want to select one and then test your link to make sure it's going to the right place. And if it's not, then you can select the other one. And you'll notice that it has an interesting URL. This is an internal way of navigating within this content management system, which is called Drupal. But you can also paste in a normal URL, like if we're going to link to facebook.com, and we could insert that link just like that. But we don't really want to link to Facebook, so I can remove the link using the unlink button. If we want to add an image, let's say we want to do that. So this is the add media button. We'll click that, and we can choose a file, or we can go into my files, and if we've already uploaded something, it will be in there. Or we can look in the library, and that's anything anyone else has uploaded. And there's lots of these, but you probably won't find what you're looking for in there unless you know that it exists. So let's do an upload this time. Let's choose a file. Let's see. Here's a small file I can upload of some hands. And we'll hit next. And we'll hit next again. We always want them to be public. So the name of the file, I would just keep the same. Alt text. So we know that this is a picture of hands, so we can just say hands clasped together. So we need to do this for people who are visually impaired, so that the screen reader will be able to describe the content of the page for them. That's very important. So then we're going to hit save, and now we see a thumbnail of the image, and we'll just choose original size. I recommend that you size your images before you upload them. That just makes it easier to place them. So then we're going to hit submit, and now we've got this image here. You'll notice that the image is on its own line. If you want to wrap the text around it, there's a way to do that. You can select the image, and then you'll notice that this has become available to you, which is add a caption to the image. If you want to add a caption, you can say this is another caption. And then there's a thing called float. And float is HTML's way of wrapping text. So they mean the same thing. So we'll say float left, which means the image will be on the left and the text will wrap to the right. And we'll hit insert. And then, so now we've got a caption and text floating to the right. If we don't want to add a caption, there's another way to float the text. We can also just delete the caption, and if we like the look of the border around it, we can keep that. Or if we don't want to have a caption at all, we'll need to remove this image now. So let's I think we can remove it with our delete key. So you'll notice that now things are kind of skiwampus, and that sometimes happens with a WYSIWYG editor because it doesn't always know exactly what you want to do, so you might have to redo some things when you're doing this, unless you know HTML, in which case you can just fix it by going into the HTML itself, but most people don't know that, so we'll go back into WYSIWYG. So we've got our header 3 again. Let's put in an image. This time we'll just use the same image, but we'll go into My Files, select it, hit Submit, Submit. So, and then in Format, no, not Format, sorry, in Styles, you can, there's a lot of these, so it's less friendly, unfortunately, but you can find, there's near the bottom, there's a style that has been created called Float Left. So I'm looking for that. Here it is. So it's really close to the bottom. So if I hit float left there, then it will float it without the box around it that comes with the or the caption, sorry. So that's a way that we can float images and have text wrap around them, and also add images. So when we're done, we're going to hit save. Let's say we want to add a sub page to this page, so we can do that by going up to add content, select NSF article, and we'll name it sub page. We'll place it in the section, which is NSF Workshop, and we'll just put some dummy content in there. We'll just do one paragraph of some dummy content, and then we're going to put it in the menu system. And if you remember, we wanted to make it a sub page, and so you're going to select the parent of it, and let's put this under hotel info and registration. So this will be a sub page of that. So we'll hit publish, and now you'll see hotel info and registration has subpage as a subpage. So that's pretty easy to navigate, create new pages, edit pages. Hopefully you won't have too many difficulties, but if you do, you can contact me directly, and I will be able to help you with this. Thanks for watching.